United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You're a decent people. I heard Laurie speak. I heard Laurie speak at the Enfield RTC a couple weeks ago, and I was very, very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to say tonight, has everyone seen the Joni Ernst video? A few people. You have to Google this video because they say Republicans don't have a sense of humor. And when you watch this video, it will break that misnomer immediately. She talks about pork down in Washington, D.C. And looking at the Farm Bill, I think Mr. Courtney voted against it. But he voted against it for a different reason than I would have voted against it. He voted against it because there was not enough welfare in it and food stamps. So I would have voted against it because of the special interests, all the special interest pork that is in that bill. Because what we're doing is we're taking care of corporate interests like Tyson's Foods, but we're not taking care of Main Street America. We're not taking care of middle America. Our rights are being stripped away from us. I'm a constitutional conservative. I want to go back and take a look at what we've lost and try to restore our freedoms in Washington, D.C. Because it's getting a little frightening out there for most people. And if you take a look at the voting base, take a look at Democrats, Kennedy Democrats, they're not too happy. Take a look at libertarians, a growing number of people on college campuses. I have with me tonight two gentlemen from two different campuses. And we are going to, my campaign is going to go after the youth vote. The youth vote that is spending $27,000 a year at UConn and stocking shelves when they graduate at Target. These are big, big problems. People are mortgaging their homes so they can send their kids to school. And it's not right. There's no reason for this. And the boom towns you see are all special interest boom towns. Washington, D.C., cranes on every single building. Our hard-earned money is being shipped down there to be redistributed. Look at Courtney's website, and you'll see grants. Grants. You know what a grant is? A redistribution of wealth. Enough is enough. We have to send someone to Washington, D.C., a candidate that is not afraid to call things exactly as what they are. And what we're doing is mincing a lot of words. Now, my background, I owned an advertising and PR firm. I started it in my dining room when I was 25 years old. My first house I bought when I was 25 with my own money that I saved. Because when I graduated from UConn, this country was a world of opportunity that people could grasp, build businesses, and be successful. We've lost that. We have lost that in this country. The ladders of opportunity are gone, and they have to be restored. We need opportunity for our youth, and we need opportunity, small businesses, to be deregulated and have lower taxes so that they can grow jobs and opportunities again. That's the solution. It's pretty simple stuff. It's not complex. What we've done is send people down to Washington, D.C. that like to write bills. Obamacare, 2 million words and growing. 2 million words that strip away our freedoms. These are the issues that I want to go down to Washington, D.C. to address. My advertising and PR firm, over 600 companies hired me, from small mom and pops to large corporations, to build their businesses. I am a business expert. My second business, I started as a single mom in 2008, when the economy was crashing and burning, when the real estate market was going into a deep depression. I started a real estate brokerage firm. I have a very successful business because I think outside the box. I'm an innovative person. You can send a lawyer down to D.C., and I have nothing against lawyers, but we need diversity in Washington, D.C., and we also need diversity in the Republican Party. I'm not here to lecture you about diversity, but to give you one fact, there are 80 women in the House of Representatives, and only 20 of those 80 women are Republican. Now, I've never worn sex on my sleeve and said because I'm a woman, you should do something special for me. I started my own businesses because I wanted to avoid discrimination. I could do that as a small business owner. I didn't have to put up with anybody's junk. But we have a problem in this party, and that we're not diversified enough, and that we need to change that. I'm an inner city candidate. I come from New London, Connecticut. I've watched my city for 50 years be driven into the ground by liberal policies. I am a conservative woman, and I'm proud to be a conservative woman. And I will speak clearly, and I will speak loudly, and I will get the point across that enough is enough. Now, I don't want to talk any more about me. I'd like to say a couple things about the campaign. We are funded up to the convention. We have two strategies up to the convention, which we do not know what's going to happen, and I'm hoping that the delegates in this room will support my campaign. After the convention, we have a strategy that has to think outside the box. And we cannot, as a party, put more milquetoast candidates up to lose against Courtney. Can't happen anymore. I don't want 30% of the vote. I want to win this election. I'm committed to win this election. But I do need your help, and I do need your support. I would like to ask a couple questions if I could. Do you mind? If anyone would like to ask a question, I'd be happy to answer it. Yes, sir.
I got a question about sort of a special interest in the district, but it also has a lot of jobs. It's the Groton Navy subbase and electric boat. And I'm just curious, and obviously there's a lot of jobs that relate to that, and the base is always in, close to being closed because of the BRAC program.
Mm-hmm.
Electric boat is obviously competing with the builder down in Hampton, Roads, Newport News, shipbuilding, and I'm just wondering, is there anything different that you would do? And Courtney actually has done a pretty good job in that particular area. But I was going, what different approach would you take, or is that just something that is?
Okay, so the question is, what would I do differently with the subbase and the electric boat?
Right, exactly.
Since Courtney has been in office, which is 4 terms, the employment at the electric boat has risen from about 7,000 employees to 10,000 employees. That was basically work that Rob Simmons did, that Courtney was able to benefit from. So if you talk to Rob Simmons, he will say, no, I really did the good job, and he got to take the credit for it, because they don't design subs overnight. They take 7 years approximately to get these subs out. So what I would do differently is probably not a lot. The problem here is the union vote, okay? That is really the question. How do we win the union vote, and is it possible? That's the question. So my father was an MDA union member. He was a draftsman in an electric boat. When I was a little girl, I sat outside those gates and watched 30,000 people pour into the streets. Then head over to the bar and do a couple shots at the bar tables. Unfortunately, that was the way EB used to be. They don't let people out of the gates anymore. So, I grew up in a union family. I respect unions. I believe that in a free market, people should be able to fight for whatever they deem is appropriate for them, and that corporations should be able to do whatever is appropriate for them. And they should come to a solution that is beneficial for both parties. And I don't think that I'm an anti-union candidate, and I don't think I'm a pro-corporation candidate. I'm a pro-jobs and opportunity candidate. And that's how I present myself to the unions, and I hope they support me. I will be up in Somers. I will do the job that you need done to be coordinated. I know it's a mountain, but I'm not afraid of mountains.
What's the competition?
Okay, the competition, I have no competition. No.
You're falling by the wayside. Just walking in the room.
Nobody answered.
I'm sorry. I don't want to discredit any Republican. I am not going to run a dirty campaign. I had something happen to me the other day that was very disturbing. I'm also not going to get disturbed by things that happen anymore. I'm going to be the candidate with a smile on her face, and I'm going to be the person that rises above all the dirt, and I'm going to be the person that people feel comfortable and trust. And I'll tell you what, I've run for politics, you're laughing back there.
We're all agreeing, all of us are going, yeah.
All right, great,
It
great.
works.
Well, you know, I had someone write a letter to the editor, and I'm not gonna mention names, okay? I don't wanna do that. But, the letter was false. And luckily I had the backup for that. And, but I was so disappointed because Republicans should not be attacking Republicans. We need to attack Courtney, not Republicans. I will never say anything bad about another Republican. You won't hear it, it's not gonna happen. We have to come together. I mean, we really have to come together. The Democrats are not eating each other. We need to come together. So establishment Republicans, libertarians, conservatives, let's join forces and we can work things out and send the right people down to Washington, D.C., I hope.
You still need campaign donations?
I do. I desperately need campaign donations, and they fit in this envelope, which has a self-addressed envelope. It just needs a stamp, and that's it. I do have a fundraiser. I am speaking at the gun rally. I don't know if, are you speaking also?
No.
Oh, you're not speaking, okay. But I would love you to come to my my pasta and politics, and I'd love to introduce you to everyone at the Niantic Sportsman's Club, if you'd like to. I think that, Second Amendment rights, I'm a constitutional conservative that believes in all our rights and the amendments. I am a Second Amendment rights candidate as well.
Great.
Executive orders are wrong on every level. And if they're done for, ceremonial purposes, great. But other than that, we have Congress that is controlling the purse, passing the laws, and the president should respect that.
Folks, we have a lot to cover tonight.
Thank you so much for your time.
Gloria.
I greatly appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you. If you have any questions, I'll always speak to you. If you have any input, please call me.
Once again, that's Laurie Hopkins-Cavanagh, and I was very impressed when I saw Laurie at the Enfield Republican Town Committee, and I really have a feeling she can beat Joe Courtney. I
Thank
hope
you.
you all agree with me.
Very good.
Good luck. She has to go through